All right, let's get right into it. We need to completely reframe what it means to stay home. If you've ever felt kind of judged for preferring a quiet night in over a loud night out, well, this is for you. We're going to move past all those old stereotypes and look at the powerful reality of your personal space. You know the feeling, right? There's the script we're all handed that says if you're not out and about, you're not doing anything important, that a full calendar somehow means a full life. But what if that entire idea is just wrong? What if it's built on a total misunderstanding of where real progress actually happens?
Because here's the reality of the situation. You're not idle, you're dedicated. You're deep into one of the most important projects anyone can take on, building yourself. So your home isn't a place to hide, it's your headquarters. It's the workshop where you're learning a new skill, the studio where you're finally writing that book, the garage where you're building something from the ground up. It's your personal command center.
And believe it or not, there's actually some fascinating science that can help us understand this preference for solitude. It's not just some personality quirk. It might actually be hardwired into our intelligence. It all starts with something called the Savannah theory of happiness. Now that sounds a bit academic, but the idea is simple. Our brains are still kind of operating on Stone Age software. The things that made our hunter-gatherer ancestors happy, being in nature, having a close-knit community, those things still influence us today. But here's where it gets really interesting. So here's the wild twist that came out of this theory. For the most intelligent people among us, the whole equation just flips on its head. Frequent socializing doesn't boost their happiness. It can actually decrease it. Why? Well, it's because their minds are busy. They're focused on long-term goals and complex ideas, and constant socializing is, frankly, a distraction from that important work. So if deep thinking and big projects are held back by constant social demands, it just makes sense that the best environment for that work is one of focused quiet, right? And this brings us right to our core idea. Your home isn't a place of isolation, it's a place of incubation. We really need to change the language we use, because that changes the entire mindset around being at home. The whole shift in thinking is right here. What an outsider might call isolating, is actually incubating. What they might see as hiding is really building. And probably the biggest misunderstanding of all, what looks like boredom to them is actually that incredible, powerful state of flow. So let's be really clear about this. Deep creativity, the kind that leads to breakthroughs and really meaningful work, it almost always requires uninterrupted time. You just can't solve a complex problem or write a chapter of a book in a loud place with constant interruptions. You're not isolating, you're creating the perfect conditions for something new to grow. And who are these people, these architects of solitude? They're the builders, with their tools spread out. They're the writers, crafting entire worlds out of nothing. The crafters, shaping things with their hands. The thinkers, connecting dots that no one else sees. They all need their lab, their quiet space, to get into that creative zone.
And all of this leads to our final and maybe most crucial point. When you understand all this, you see that staying home isn't a passive thing that just happens to you. No, it's an active, powerful choice about the kind of life you want to build.
I mean, just pause and think about that for a second. Every single time you opt for a quiet evening, you're making a conscious decision. You are actively choosing peace over potential drama, calm over chaos.
And that choice, that is the ultimate sign of self-sufficiency. It's not a weakness, it's not some inability to be social, it is a strength. It means you've built an inner world that's so rich and an environment that's so fulfilling that you don't constantly need noise and external validation to feel complete.
And that, right there, is the bottom line. That's the end goal. When your home is your laboratory, your sanctuary, and your workshop, you stop looking for an escape. Why would you? You're already where you want to be. You've successfully engineered a life you don't need a vacation from. So I'll leave you with this question to think on. Whether it's a project, a new skill, a business, or maybe just a deeper understanding of who you are, what are you building in your laboratory? Because whatever the answer is, that's where your real work is being done.